Hi, today we're going to talk about motorcycle footwear, and I've got quite a few different varieties of footwear here. We're going to go over these. We're going to look and talk about the different safety aspects of each one of these pieces of footwear. Also have some socks. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then also at the end, we're going to talk about how to put these boots on and take them off and how they work. There's going to be 6 different components we're going to rate on these shoes. The first one is going to be comfort. Second, we're going to talk about a slide test. If you slide along the road, how well it's going to protect your feet. Third, hyperextension. If your foot gets caught and it tries to hyperextend your ankle or twist your ankle, how well it's going to protect for that. Fourth is a foot crush test. The bike falls on your foot, how well the shoe is going to protect your foot. Fifth is a poke test. If you were to get poked in your foot, your ankle area, with a stick or with any part of the motorcycle, how well that shoe is going to protect your foot. And sixth is just above the ankle, you have an area where your leg could break. If your foot gets twisted sideways, how well is that shoe going to protect that area just above your ankle? First shoe we have is the good old shower shoes. Comfort-wise, they're going to be comfortable. They're not going to protect you from bugs, from rocks, from any of the tests. So comfort-wise, these, I think I give them between a 0 and a 10. I think I give them a 9.5 for comfort. Now, if it's cold weather, these won't help you in cold weather either. So these aren't very good for motorcycle riding. Let's talk about tennis shoes. Wearing tennis shoes on the motorcycle. Are these good? They're better than shower shoes. So for comfort, they're going to be 9.5. They're going to be really comfortable. For the slide test, if you were to slide on the road, your ankle would not be protected. Your foot might be protected some, but these shoes may just fly off your foot and not protect you very well at all. I give these a 2 for the slide test. For hyperextension test, if you were to hyperextend your ankle, these would not protect you at all. I give these a 0 for hyperextension. For the foot crush test, the way we do that is we grab it like this, grab the shoe, and we squeeze. That's pretty good. It's actually holding up. It's not crushing the feet. I would say on the crush test, I'll give this a 7.5. The poke test, well, that's not going to be good. The bottom of your sole would be okay, but your foot is exposed, your ankles are exposed, your calf is exposed. For the poke test, I give this a 3. Above the ankle brake test, so right above your ankle is right here. If your foot gets pulled sideways, this shoe will not protect you at all. I give it a 0. The next set of shoes, these I purchased at Cycle Gear when I first bought my motorcycle. These are more like a street shoe, kind of an urban motorcycle shoe. So let's run this through the test. The comfort test, these are actually pretty comfortable. They breathe pretty good. They have some ventilation right here, but that's about it. It's all leather. Comfort-wise, this is pretty comfortable. I'll give this an 8 for comfort. For the slide test, if you were to slide along the road, this shoe would protect you really good for sliding. I'll give this a 7.5 for sliding. For hyperextending the ankle, this is a boot, so it does come up of the ankle. If you tie it up high and you tried to hyperextend the ankle, this would protect you pretty good from that. I'll give this shoe for hyperextension a 6.5. For the foot crush test, we do our old foot crush mechanism. Uh-oh, look at that. That's not good. The heel is okay, but up in the foot part, it's poor. I'll give this one a 3.5 for the crush test. For the poke test, if you got poked in the foot by something really heavy and strong, this would do pretty good. It's got some good padding in it. It wouldn't protect your above your ankle too well near your calf area. So that would be a negative, but it's a pretty good right around, all around the shoe. So the poke test does pretty good. I would give this a 6 for the poke test. For above the ankle breakage, now what I'll do is, this is your ankle, this is above the ankle. So there's really nothing protecting you above the ankle. So this doesn't protect you. I give it a 0 for above the ankle break test. We'll move over to the motorcycle boots. These are Alpinestars SMX Pluses. They're known for their comfort and for good protective ability. So I'll start here with the SMX Pluses. For comfort, these are actually really comfortable. The only problem with these is there's no ventilation. These are more for winter. So for hot summer days, these would not be as comfortable. You can get ventilated. So if you had ventilated during the summer and during the winter time, you have the non-vented, these shoes, you can walk around. They move really good. I give these an 8 for comfort. For the slide test, if you were to slide sideways, you can see there's some good protection all the way up to the calf, front, both sides. This is solid, thick leather. So slide test, I give this a 9. For hyperextension test, if your ankle were to hyperextend, it's just not going to happen. I give this a 10 hyperextension test. For foot crush test, there is some sort of steel shank in the foot, something really hard. It's just not going to crush. I give this a 10 for foot crush. For the poke test, I'll give this an 8. Above the ankle break. Best way to test that is go above the ankle and bend. All right, so it's a little flexible here. Not quite, it's better than no protection at all from these tennis shoes, but there's some protection right here, but there's not a ton. I'll give that a 5. And the next shoe, these are the R1s. These are supposedly really good. They're considered a race shoe. They're stiffer. You can see these are vented. There's ventilation here, so these would work really good in the summertime. So with R1, comfort-wise, they're not as comfortable as the SMX Pluses and not as comfortable as any of the other shoes. So comfort-wise, they're still pretty comfortable though. 6. I think if you were to slide in these boots, these are good. I'd give these a 10 for sliding. Hyperextension, I'll give these a 9. The foot crush test, there's a shank in here or something. There's no crushing that's going to happen on the foot. I'll give these a 10. The poke test, it's pretty solid all up and down. The top of the foot is actually has a little more protection than the SMX Pluses. I'll give these a 9 for the poke test. Above the ankle breakage test. Let's test these. For that, put your knee here and bend. It is tight. There's an inner liner in here that is also protecting. There's like 2 layers of protection. There's another boot inside here that protects with that. I mean, it's going to be difficult to break above the ankle. Still possible, but a lot more difficult. I'm going to give that a 9 also for above the ankle break test. Talk about the socks. Again, this is the Alpinestars sock made for boots. These work great on both of the R1 and the SMX Plus boots. They would be mediocre, kind of probably a little less comfortable on any of the tennis shoes. Of course, the shorty socks are good for tennis shoes, and that's about it. And then the gold toes, those work good on the urban boots and the tennis shoes. These do not work on motorcycle boots. This is the second part of the video. We're going to talk about how to put motorcycle boots on and how to take them off. This is the Supertech boots. These are considered race boots. There is a buckle. You just pull the buckle up and slide it out. And it goes back in and just locks in. So you pull the buckle up, slide that out. And on the side, there is a zipper. It's got some Velcro. Unzip. And you can see there's an inner boot in here. You see the inner boot? It's got some ankle protection, some really good protection for any poke, hyperextension, or any issue there. And on that boot, you have laces. You don't tie them like a bow or anything. You have this sliding mechanism here. You slide them, tighten them up, and slide this down. And to take them off, that you would just slide this. You can't just pull it. You have to pinch this right here on the side to slide it out. So let's put these shoes on. I'll show you how to do that. Of course, we're going to start with some good socks. Always recommend the best socks for these boots. I mean, you've already spent a good amount of money on these boots. You may as well spend $26 on a good pair of socks. So these socks go on, and they'll come up pretty high. Pull them up above the calf. See the ventilation they have right here in the top of the ankle, and it's real thin. There's good ventilation with these socks. And you would make sure it's unzipped, unbuckled, and the laces are loosened, and you can just slip your foot in. Once you do that, you want to pull up on this to kind of get it set. Then you would take this lace, tighten it by just pulling up on it. You don't have to do the individual laces. You just pull up on this part and then slide the catch down. Once that's slid down, what I like to do is I like to wrap it going to the inside, come around to the side like that. And there's a little Velcro on this tab of end of the lace. And there's a Velcro piece on the side here, and I just stick it there. Once that's done, then we can zip it up. So you get your zipper and zip up the side. And again, there's Velcro on the end of the zipper, and there's a Velcro piece on the boot. You just Velcro it. Then you take this part of the boot and slip it in. It's like a Ziploc tie, and just slide it in and press it, and the boot is on. You have decent mobility in it. And to take it off, you just do everything in the reverse order. You just pop this loose, pull that out, unvelcro, unzip. Then you can get to the inner boot, pop the lace out, wrap it around, reach down. There's this catch here, and you pull up the catch, loosen the laces, and take your boot off. Well, one thing to remember, if you have these boots and you take them off, don't leave them like this because these boots have a shape to them and they will get a bad shape to them just leaving them undone. So it's good to put the lace inside and zip them up and get the catch and put it like that, and then store the boot. Don't leave them undone. Well, hope you liked the video. Hope this information helped some of you guys, and wish you all a great day.